because I went to eat dinner after, but hopefully everyone was awesome to you in chat. I know, Mulan. I'm just so happy that you're back here with us. No problem, man. I mean, we gotta show each other love. It's how we keep growing. Hey, Mama. I'm good. I am good. Day is just flying by. That's good. That's good, average guy. How are you, though, Mama? Are you tucked into bed yet? Or are you partying it up on this Friday? Okay, I am making one of my favorite dishes today, chicken parm. Can you really mess this up? I don't think so. I mean, some kind of fried chicken, tomato sauce, and cheese. That's all you really need. I think there's a lot of different ways to make it as well, but I decided to make it out of Action Bronson's book. Not sure if you guys are familiar with him, but he works with Vice and Munchies, which is probably one of like my favorite YouTube video segments to watch. And we don't have access to Vice anymore where we are in Canada, but I know in the States it's free. And on the East Coast, we were able to watch Vice. Not sure about you guys, but check it out. Like, Munchies is a really, really fun food show. And they always have different guests. And Action Bronson, if you didn't know, he is a rapper as well. So that is very cool. Really, really like his personality and the food that he cooks. It's definitely my style. I know, binging with Babish. If only that like him and I could meet one day, I'm sure we could take over the world together. I could see that. I've watched quite a few of his episodes and I really like how he does them. That's very unique. And he has done so well with all of his stuff. I could eventually do that. I just think it takes so much time to edit out those videos and record and do all that. So I'm going to try and stay live for as long as possible and then see how it goes. I'm more concerned about Twitch stuff rather than blowing up on YouTube. That is not really my jam. Hey, MILF. What's up, man? Are you streaming still? How did the interview go? Oh, thanks for asking, Mama. It actually went really well. So we just did like a meet and greet with the kitchen staff and the chef. And then tomorrow at 11 a.m., I'm going to do a test shift in the kitchen with them. Because I'll probably be working anywhere between like 10 and 3 p.m. on the days that I work, and probably only 3 or 4 shifts a week. And I will have Mondays and Tuesdays off. I know that's weird for you guys, but in the hospitality industry, that is very typical, so that doesn't bother me at all. Hopefully everything goes well, though. There's only one other person that they're testing out for that, I guess, job. So hopefully I beat him. It's all about like finding if you fit in with a kitchen crew. Like that is the first and most important thing where you start if you're going to work in a kitchen. Because that crew is like your family. Like you will probably see them more than your family to begin with. So if not everyone gets along, it can be a very, very negative environment super quick. So like the chef said, he's like, I'm not the one doing the hiring. It is more up to like my crew to see if you fit in with them. And then after that, we can talk about other stuff. It's like, that totally makes sense because that is all we've ever done, Sammy and I, when we have hired people too. It's like, come in for a test shift, see if you actually fit in with everyone and are comfortable here, and then we can talk about hiring you. It's very, very weird in kitchens. You've watched every single one at least 10 times. That is so good, Mulan. Have you learned anything from it at least? You're at the docks again today. Oh no. I didn't even know that you weren't feeling good, Mama. Sending you much love from over here. Shoot. You're so tired. I know. I did a sock bun. It has been so long. And you know what Betty said? She's like, nice donut on your head. I was like, yeah. Okay, let's get back into the stream. We got too excited. I had a coffee today. I made an iced coffee, kind of like a Vietnamese one. with sweetened condensed milk is too delicious. After these, you're totally going to be husband material, MILF. It's so true. Like, the food I cook is not hard to make. I don't do crazy fine dining stuff. Just simple, delicious food. That's it. So, Action Bronson's chicken parm. And I'm going to try and keep it a little bit more healthy today and make zucchini noodles with it with the spiralizer. And then, since we have a bunch of kohlrabi that I got from the farm this week, I thought I would roast it up, which I've never prepared it roasted before first off, so I need to see how that is and how it tastes. And then we will sprinkle a little bit of Parmesan cheese on it so it crisps up in the oven later. Used to be in a chef school? What? Am I still up for the deal? You seriously want me to cook you stuff, Mulan? I don't know how much the shipping would be though. But that would be so, so cool. If we could somehow start that, like, I would love to just cook for people and send them the food that I make them. I don't know how that would work though. If you maybe look into it more, then I would be so down to set something up. And then we are making dessert today on stream too. So a summer berry trifle with a bunch of things. Are you ready for this? We're gonna make angel food cake today, vanilla custard, whipped cream. We have strawberries, raspberries, and some frozen blueberries. I didn't get any fresh ones this week. And then we're gonna make caramelized white chocolate to garnish the dessert with. So if you guys have never made that before or even heard of it, it is the best way to eat white chocolate if you're not a huge white chocolate person, because I am not, but this stuff is so good. This ain't your mom's or even your grandma's trifle. This is Kate's trifle. Please make you iced coffee. It was really good. I got my coffee game back. You would have to send them in a freezer box. So it was off. Yeah, exactly. It would all have to be frozen, obviously depending on where you are. But I mean, I would package it so that you could just reheat it really easily for yourself. So, and then with that as well, I would give directions and stuff of how to reheat it properly so it will still taste the same when you get it. Like, it is possible. I am just worried that the shipping costs are going to be too expensive to even like really make money. Hey, Incognito, how are you? And Scat. Okay, so timeline. The trifle will probably take close to an hour and a half to make, but it will be worth it, I promise. I would much rather make the cake and the custard and the whipped cream from scratch than going to the store and buying everything in a box. And half the time you don't even know what the ingredients are on the packaging. So trying to get away from doing that easy stuff and teach you guys just how easy it is to still make stuff from scratch, from real ingredients, not just powders or processed stuff. And then the chicken parm will probably take close to an hour as well. We do have to pound out the chicken breast, coat it with panko crumbs, make a super quick tomato sauce, slice up the cheese for the top, and then fry off the chicken parm and broil it under or in the oven to melt the cheese. It's gonna be cheesy. $350 without shipping per month. It is probably doable. Mulan, send me something in like a whisper or a Discord message and we can talk about this further. Maybe we can actually like start something. I'm always down to try new stuff or actually even just learn about new stuff. So this is intriguing me. Okay, ingredients. So we need chicken breast. You will want it skin off for this. Mine are skin on right now, but you can just easily tear that off. You will need to make a breading station, so you need eggs and milk, and then breadcrumbs, which is, I'm going to use panko, which is the Japanese breadcrumbs. They're a lot more crispy and crunchy. And that is what I typically use to bread anything. I wouldn't use just regular fine breadcrumbs for this because it will go soggy. Hey Trist, you're here. Good. How was your day, man? Did your lunch keep you, or did your breakfast keep you all the way to lunch? Okay, and then other than that, for our tomato sauce, I'm just gonna use a little bit of onion, some canned diced tomatoes, probably a couple cloves of garlic sliced, and then we'll just quickly cook that and then blend it up in the blender so it's nice and smooth. Or if you want it more chunky, totally fine to leave the chunks in and not blend it up. It is up to you, whatever you want. And then you will want some sort of matzah that melts really, really nicely in the oven for that. And then for our zucchini noodles, all you need is zucchinis. I typically buy the smaller ones for this just because it fits into the spiralizer easier. You should become censored. You try your best to have a nice language. You're so good, Mulan. You are totally fine. Oh no, Trist. You haven't even eaten lunch yet, man. You are so behind. You just cleaned up all of your cars. Nice. The weather was really nice this morning here, and it just went to crap. Like, it got super chilly out. So once again, it's like 14-ish degrees, but the rest of the weekend is like 23, 24, and Monday 27. So we're heating up again. Okay, I'm not going to go over the ingredients for the desserts just because there's too many of them, but all of the recipes are posted in Discord, you guys, if you want to try and make these. And our order of prep today, so we'll make the angel food cake first with the caramelized white chocolate, so both of those can go into the oven at the same time. Then while that's baking, we'll make the vanilla custard up, make the whipped cream, prep our berries. And then after that, once all the dessert prep is done, we can bread our chicken. So first we'll pound it and then we'll bread it. And then we can just set those aside until we have to fry them up later. I find that whenever you bread stuff, it's nice to let it sit like minimum 20 minutes before you actually fry it. That way the breadcrumbs stay like really stuck on to whatever you breaded and they won't just fall off. Mulan, it's almost midnight. Oh man. Because you're in a little space. Aw, Mulan, that's so nice. I love that. Well, I want this channel to be like very positive and comforting. I don't want no negativity in here. Okay, so after we bread our chicken, we'll make the tomato sauce up, make our zoodles or zucchini noodles, prep the kohlrabi to roast, and then we'll roast that, cook the chicken, assemble it with the sauce and the cheese, and broil it. Simple. We're not going to do anything to the zucchini noodles. You don't have to cook them. If you don't want to, that's the bonus of this. So I am thinking that when we go to plate, I'm just going to plate the hot chicken on top of the bed of zucchini noodles with the tomato sauce. And just that little bit of heat is going to soften them up to the perfect, I guess, consistency or texture. That is my plan, because typically when I have cooked the zucchini noodles, they fall apart super quick if you don't eat them right away. So I'm going to try to do them fresh and just let the heat from the chicken heat it up enough so that it is perfectly edible. I did not... Oh, your Costco run was all of your energy drinks and pop. Love it, Trist. I was like, there's so much sugar. This is your wife's favorite dish, and she thinks it's cool I'm using zucchini. Yeah. I mean, when I told my dad that I was making this for dinner for us tonight, he's like, oh, are you making fresh spaghetti? I'm like, no. I'm actually going to try and keep it a little bit healthy and do zucchini noodles instead. $100 for all of that, but how long does that last you? And look at, guys, the last page of the notebook today. So starting next week, we're going to have a new notebook to write out of. So this is my second one. So it's kind of like I've been, every 2 months, I need a new notebook to write in, which is super cool. But I'm keeping these Like all of the stuff I've written down just in case I ever want to make a cookbook. I thought that would be a good idea. I mean, it is all saved on my computer too. Sometimes it's just nicer to write stuff out. I've always liked writing instead of typing. That will last you 2 months. That's not too bad then, Tris. I mean, to buy all of that every day from like a convenience store would be at least double the price. What do I think about carbonara? That is my favorite pasta ever, Mulan. I don't know if you were in here the other day when we asked everyone what their favorite pasta was, but that is mine, 100%. Okay, let's get into a little bit of fun facts before we start. It's Friday, time to break out the beer and wine. Yeah, we will. I think we will later on in the stream. I just drank an iced coffee, so I'm gonna let that just like settle in for a little bit before I get into the booze. Otherwise, I'll be wild. So, chicken parmigiana, also referred to as chicken parm in America. And in Australia, they call it parmy. There is no chicken, it's just parmy. I like it. Helicopter, how are you? Totally drink Irish coffee. Yeah, Daddy. Look it. I didn't drink any today, but don't worry. The Bailey's is here, Daddy. And how are you? How was your week? It's been a while. Your sub finished. Helicopter, no. Well, if you want to enter to win the apron, to maybe give it to your mom or something, or keep it for yourself, you have until the 29th. That's when we're going to do the draw. But maybe someone will gift you a sub too. You never know. We have some pretty generous regulars in here all the time. Ox file pasta? What's that? Ox filet? Never heard of it. You've had a weird week. Oh no, Teddy, what happened? Yeah, gotta love the Baileys. It's true. Okay, on with our chicken parm. So it consists of a breaded chicken breast that is typically fried, topped with tomato sauce and mozzarella. You could also use Parmesan or provolone cheese as well. So I might use up some of the provolone that I still have from the burgers yesterday with the mozza. Do it double cheesy. 'Cause why not? Oh, good afternoon, Steampunk. How are you? Okay, I'm looking it up. Ox file pasta. Okay, I have to translate this. What language is this in, by the way? Ah! I can't translate it. It looks like there is beef and mushrooms. I cannot read this language, though. If it was Italian or French or Spanish, I could. Trist! See? Mulan, thanks for the $1 tip. Thank you, thank you. And Tristan gifting the sub to Helicopter. See? I told you. Thank you, Trist. That is so, so generous. And welcome back, Helicopter. Your name is now entered for the apron draw. You like action, Bronson. Me too. Me too. Actually, before we get started as well, he did a video on Munchies making this dish. So if you guys want to watch it, there is the link. It is pretty epic. I would like to watch it with you guys, but it's like 7 minutes long, and I don't know if we have all of that time today. Plus, people might be like, what are we doing? You sat as a hair model at a school for a 3-year student. She ended up cutting your ear. She was really sad about it, had a free hair wash, massage, and cut, and 8 cute girls touching your hair, so it's all good. Oh my gosh. Daddy, how is your ear, though? So it's beef and mushroom pasta. That sounds good. Have you ever heard of stroganoff? Because that's what it looks similar to. Helicopter, don't even feel bad. Just because you've been gifted 3 times, like, not everyone has money, right? Like, believe me, I am not getting rich off of this, but I love all of you in here, so I just want to keep doing it for as long as possible. Just you being here, Helicopter, is all that I ask for. That's enough support for me, so don't worry about money. Never feel bad about that. If you had a job, you would sub. Well, exactly. You're fine. Don't even worry. Okay, back to our chicken parm. So it says a slice of ham or bacon can sometimes be added, but not all chefs are in agreement with that addition. I've never added any kind of pork to this dish. I always just keep it simple with the chicken. And then it has been speculated that the dish is based on a combination of the Italian melanzane alla parmigiana, which is a dish using breaded eggplant slices instead of chicken, along with cotolette alla parmigiana, which I believe is typically pork, which is pounded out and breaded the exact same way. That is so nice of you, Trist. You know I appreciate that, so thank you. Daddy, your ear is fine. Got told interesting stuff. Turns out you have two whorls and natural curl, which makes it for you to hold a trendy hairstyle. Unless you want to use a flat iron and a lot of hairspray. Dang. Well, at least you learned a little bit about your hair. That's pretty cool. Oh, did World Cup kick off yesterday? Sweet. Mulan, thanks for the 100 biddies. Okay, on with this. So popularity in North America, so in the US or Canada, chicken parm is often served as an entree and sometimes with a side or on top of pasta. Many restaurants also offer chicken parm sandwiches. Yes. Like if you make up chicken parm and have some leftover, just go buy yourself a bun and make a sandwich the next day. So good. Thank you, Mulan. Woohoo! We're rolling in the biddies already. Russia trashed Saudi 5-0. Wow. That's a blowout. Okay, so that is it. Actually, wait. So it says, upon arriving in America, Italian immigrants began to take advantage of America's affordable meat market, incorporating a chicken into the parmigiana. So they subbed the chicken instead of eggplant since they could afford it. And a recipe for chicken parm was published in the New York Times in 1962. So it is not that old either. I don't know who I would root for soccer. I don't think I have a favorite team anymore. Like, I don't feel like I should support Italy just because they're so good. But at the same time, they are so good. So why wouldn't you support them? Okay, so trifle. Trifle is from the English cuisine. It's a dessert made with fruit, a thin layer of sponge cake, which can be soaked in some kind of fortified wine or sherry if you want. And it has custard as well. It can also be topped with whipped cream. I don't know if I would like support Canada, to be honest. Which is kind of sad to say. Like, I know they probably won't do that good, but maybe I should just support them anyways. I have not watched World Cup, though, for probably close to 10 years now. Mulan, thank you. Thank you, thank you. I'm just showering in all these biddies. There's salt everywhere. So the fruit and the sponge cake may be suspended in fruit-flavored jelly as well. I'm not going to do that today. And these ingredients are usually arranged to produce 3 or 4 layers. We are going to double that. We're going to make 6 layers in our trifle today. It's going to be insane. And the contents of a trifle are highly variable. Many varieties exist, Some foregoing fruit entirely, so they don't use fruit at all, and instead using other ingredients such as chocolate, coffee, or vanilla. Yum. Mulan, thank you. All we got is salt. You haven't watched soccer since the Galaxy lost their main player. Yeah. I know, I saw Beckham play when he was still with them. When they came, that was in Edmonton when I still lived there. It's a good game. 6 layers, yes sir. Well, we have three different berries to use, and then we're doing 3 different layers of the other dessert stuff. So the name trifle was used for a dessert like a fruit fool. What's that? A fruit fool. So a fool is an English dessert. Traditionally is made by folding pureed stewed fruit into sweet custard. Okay. So that's what it was originally used for in the 16th century. But by the 18th century, with the inclusion of a gelatin jelly, it got changed. And then many of the ingredients used in ancient trifles can be found in meats and other products found today. Weird. According to some scholars, trifle cakes might be the origin of modern sandwich cakes. Which, what does that really even mean? Mulan, thanks. Yeah, usually it has like 3 or 4 layers helicopter. It's true. We're going all out. I told you this wasn't your mom's or even your grandma's trifle. This is Kate's. So the earliest use of the name trifle was in a recipe for a thick cream flavored with sugar, ginger, and rose water in the 1585 book called English Cookery. The Good Housewife's Jewel. Love it. Trifle evolved from a similar dessert known as a fool. Yes, we just went through that. And originally the 2 names were used interchangeably. Cool. Sounds good, guys. Pretty simple. I mean, the trifle can be put together a lot quicker if you do buy your angel food cake from a box, buy your pudding in a box, and get like an aerosol whipped cream. You could easily make it within probably 40 minutes. Oh my god, the cup overflowed. Now what? We need a new cup, Mulan. Thanks. It's so full. We need a new Sunday cup. Okay, let's get into it. Angel food cake. I have not made this in a long time. And I was not able to find the big bundt pan for it, so we're gonna use this. We're gonna make 6 smaller angel food cakes. We'll see how much batter that we end up getting out, but the importance of using a pan with this thing in the middle here is you need that for the cake to be able to rise, because it kind of grabs onto that when it's baking, and that's what helps it to keep rising, because otherwise the center might fall down. So that is the importance of using this pan when you make angel food cakes. I've never tried to make an angel food cake in a regular pan, just because this is all I've ever known. So unless someone has already tried that, I am not willing to try it today. It's weird how someone came up with jelly. They woke up one morning and thought about boiling bones and cartilage, then adding sugar and fruit juice. Yeah, very, very weird, hey? Just have to ask, do you know what little space is? I don't. I do not know what little space is. Do you eat like done food like McDonald's? I do. So funny enough that you asked that. We don't have much for leftovers in the fridge today for lunch. So we were gonna order pizza first off. And then we go to order the pizza and they're not actually open until I think 3 o'clock today. So we're like, okay. So we ended up going to A&W today. I just had like a small burger and sweet potato fries, which I couldn't even finish. So yeah, I do eat fast food sometimes. I try not to though, as you can tell. A&W though, it's probably one of the better fast food joints just because all of their beef and meat is raised sustainably, and so is like all of their vegetables and stuff. Like everything comes from around here, which I really like. McDonald's doesn't advertise that stuff, so it's like, where does their food actually come from? Okay, so we're going to be using the mixer today. Angel food cake has egg whites in it. That's what helps it rise. So we first have to make kind of like a meringue, and then we'll fold in the flour. So it's pretty simple. Sorry, I had a burp, excuse me. So we need our oven to 375 Fahrenheit. So let's do that first, because we can bake the chocolate while we're waiting. The chocolate only takes anywhere from like 10 to 15 minutes to bake in an oven. I'm just gonna tear the parchment sheet. Helicopter, you're going pope. He's poping. So this is the white chocolate that I have today. It's like really nice baking wafers is what these are called. Chocolate wafers. So I think I will make, let's see, maybe two per trifle. Just spread them out. They expand a little bit when you roast it. And then this will taste more like caramel after it's caramelized. That's why it's called that, right? So you're just roasting the sugars really slowly. And it will turn that really nice caramel brown color as well. And it gets super crunchy. But I'm not sure if we should do it at this temp. I feel like we should do it at a lower temp, like maybe 325. So maybe we'll just set that aside for now and put it in the oven when we're done mixing or baking the angel food cake. I am okay with that since it's only a garnish. What is Bulk Barn? So that is the place I was talking about the other day that has like everything in bulk. So baking stuff, spices, pastas, grains, candy, whatever you can find, peanut butter, oils, like dried fruits, pretty much anything that you can buy in the store, but it's all in bulk, so you can decide what size and amounts that you want of all of it. And it is so great. I will totally be going there a lot more. Okay, so first for our angel food cake, we need, it says 12 egg whites, but I have duck eggs, so let me just convert that. I think we're gonna use 8 duck eggs instead. Yes, because it's 1.5 duck eggs to a chicken egg. So we're first gonna separate that. And then I like the trifle recipe because you use egg whites to make the cake, and then you're stuck with the 8 egg yolks afterwards. And you're just like, well, what can I do with it? And that's where the custard comes in, because the custard gets thickened with the egg yolks. So instead of wasting that, we're actually using it up right away, which is awesome. Mulan. Oh, Tris, you would love this place. Like, Sammy loves it. There's just candy and chocolate everywhere. Can I make a nice lasagna? Oh, you should ask Tristan how nice the lasagna was that I made for him. So good. But I would love to make it again, for sure. Like, I love pasta. So I am never against that at all. Hey, Buff. How are you? Like, most lasagna looks shit. Mine was so nice. It was, like, completely layered. I made the pasta by hand, everything. Oh, you would totally like it more. It was so good. So I'm going to break all of the eggs into one container. Don't break any of the yolks. Like, do your best to not let the yolk break into the white, because if it does, the egg is not going to whip up to make the cake. So that's why I always break them all together, so they kind of like cushion each other. And that way you save yourself. Because egg whites will not whip up if you have any fat in there. So even if there's like a little bit on your mixing bowl or whatever you're using to whip it, it's not going to whip up. That's why everything has to be really clean. You don't want to break your yolks ever. Buff, how are you feeling, man? You made it through the week. Insanity. Break it with one hand. I never do. Plus the duck eggs are pretty big, so I don't think I would even be able to. The shell is super hard. Very, very different compared to a chicken egg. Did the Bulk Barn have chocolate covered gummy bears? I've never looked for those, but they probably do. Like, they have everything. Even the new candies that come out. It's insane. Okay, that is that. These eggs will be put back into the fridge for now. So we didn't break any, yay. Sounds good, Buff. Don't even feel bad if you fall asleep. Everyone needs their rest, especially when you're on the other side of the world. Bulk Barn sounds like a naughty movie. I love it. So anyone have any awesome plans for the weekend or even tonight? Can't believe it's Friday, to be honest. Like, this is a lot of egg whites though for one cake. This is insanity to me. I like had to do a triple take at the recipe today. Oh, I got a message. Kate, I will read it out after my hands are not egg gloopy. Thanks, Mulan. I love your nice messages. Pain meds mixed with anemia makes you super tired. Yeah. How is your spinach eating going? Keeping your iron up? Okay, everything's separated and clean. Perfection. There's our oven, says it's ready. Okay, next up, so beat the egg whites. It says with cream of tartar, but I'm just gonna put a little bit of lemon juice instead. As long as you add some kind of acid to your egg whites, they will whip up a lot better. And then a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Until it's like really nice and frothy. I know this is Steve's like favorite part, is the froth. He loves when I whip up eggs. You eat so much spinach and stuff, you're like half plant. Oh no. There's no way you could be vegan, Buff. Not even a chance. Did I hear there's been a group of people going around posting racist stuff? No. Get stuck on talking and you can't get rid of it. Oh my goodness. Well, I hope that doesn't happen to me. I'm innocent. Don't do it. Okay, so just a touch of lemon juice. That's it. And a little bit of salt. Thank you for letting me know, though, Trist. I'm going to pray that it does not happen. Okay, let's go. Let's do this. So I feel like this might take a good couple of minutes, but we do have to sift the flour out as well with the sugar. So we're using cake flour, just a cup of it, and then 3/4 of a cup of sugar. I need to make a mod of Discord. Yeah, I guess I'm the only mod in there, hey? I mean, not like it's really needed, but I should probably do it anyways, just in case I'm not around. That's a good point, Trist. It had terrible photos. Oh my goodness. Well, hopefully they've already been recorded and it's been fixed. I am not in Chef's Discord, so I'm not sure about what happened, so thank you for that. Oh yeah, good thing we are sifting this because it's pretty lumpy. Yeah, hopefully. I don't want no crazy-ish. Hundreds of time. Oh my goodness. Insanity. Okay, so we need 3/4 of a cup of sugar in the cake batter. And 3/4 of a cup of sugar for the egg whites. So much sugar in this. I'm terrified. I'm gonna be piped up. You muted Discord forever, Mies? Why? That was way too much sugar, I just realized that. I was like, why did I measure out a whole cup? I'm gonna do less in the egg whites then. Oops. I was chatting. Okay, we are frothing up. Mies, how are you? You enjoying your days off? Shadow, my crew, cookie cookin'. This is an incarcerum mixer, so it's made in Sweden. People are to send happy with messages, can't be woken up. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, feel free to check it out, Cookie. I have it linked on my channel page in my Amazon gear. It is an amazing mixer. So much better than KitchenAid. And you wouldn't really know the difference unless you tried it. Okay, we're getting frothy. We're getting there. It's made in your country. Yay! Have you heard of these then, Mulan, or not? Where does the vanilla go in? So we need vanilla and almond extract to go into the cake as well. Hey Tara, how are you? Let's go a little bit higher here. Getting frothy. Cooking fries and crispy chicken strips. Yum. So simple, so good. What kind of dip do you usually eat with that? Seasoned fries. Go, mixer, go. Almost there. Almost enough froth. There's still just a bit on the bottom of the bowl. Szechuan sauce, yum. Buff, you made mango sorbet. Oh. Mango gives such a nice smooth texture to sorbets. Steve, how are you? Nice, Tara. Yeah, I would totally do the barbecue sauce. But sweet and sour is really good too. Steve, you made it in for your froth. Maximum froth. It's true. Hey, I think we're going in. Ready for the magic to happen? Oh, you have no picks. No. So now just sprinkle in your sugar. Real nice. I got a scratch on my bowl. Don't know what from. A homemade ranch is best. That's a good one too, Miss Obvious. Because why not? I'm doing good, Steve. Just chilling, making some cake right now. Am I making lemon meringue? No, we're making angel food cake from scratch. Let's go. Is it really loud? I'm sorry. Yes, Tara. So we're gonna make a trifle with it instead. Angel food cake. We are starting to get there. You've made it several times. Yay, Cookie. It's so good with fresh strawberries. That's why I'm doing it. Who's a fruitcake? What's happening? Loud noises. Okay, so we'll turn this down for a sec so you guys can see what's going on. So it's still really, really soft. So we gotta whip this until it's stiff peaks. So probably a couple more minutes. This was a lot of egg whites. This is not even half power. Doggo. Aw, Trist. She's doing better. She's not like really eating too much right now because her gums are sore from getting her teeth cleaned. But she's doing better. She was tooting on me all morning. Like all I smelled was dog farts as I was doing my computer work. But you know what? I still love her. Looks so good when it starts to thicken up. Like I like the little ribbons that it makes. Power! We can go more. More. Okay, let's see. How are we doing? Oh, we're getting there. I would say we are almost at stiff peaks. I'm just gonna do a scrape around the sides and then maybe one more mix. And then we'll put the flour in and the cake will come to life. Oh, it smelled so bad, Steve. She just has the toots because of like her being put under the anesthetic yesterday. We're going to Montreal. What? Done. How good does that look though? Nice stiff peaks. They're not falling over. It's exactly what we want. So now I'm gonna pour in the vanilla and the almond extract. What are you gonna do in Montreal? Oh, that's where your surgery is. No way. Dang. Well, you won't really enjoy it as much as you should then, hey? Well, make sure you get a poutine after though. So half a teaspoon of almond extract. And then a teaspoon of vanilla.
Let's go see the peoples. I bring it the doggo in.
Gosh, come here.
Let's see her.
Come here. Come right over here. Hushie, over here. Say hi. What are you doing? Getting her a berry again?
Here.
Last time you did a trifle, you put way too much brandy in. Oh man. Posh, what's this? You want a berry? Poshie gets a berry. She's good. Where'd it go? Right here. Look. Hush, right here. Oh. Good girl. Okay, Dan. Bye. Bye, girlie. See, she's good. She still eats berries and stuff. She'll be okay. Okay, now with the vanilla. You ended up getting the job in BC. What, Steve? What is going on? So now you are coming? That is super cool, though. Okay, so we want this on the lowest speed, and we'll just start to spoon in the flour and the sugar. Probably should do that, right? So you can see it. And we want to just mix it until it's mixed. We don't want to overmix it because then the air will start to come out. Just until it's a nice batter. You don't want any dry bits either. Just trying to get that stuff out of the middle. I think we're good, guys. Oh, this smells heavenly. It really does. Oh yeah, we are good. Okay, that's coming off. Go over here. And we're gonna keep this mixer here for now, just because we will need it to whip up the cream still. I'm just gonna push it to the side, so we have a little bit more room. And for the cake tin, you don't want any butter or oil in this at all, because that will actually stop the cake from rising. Remember, the egg whites do not like any fats. They are not friends. 5, what? It was a big shitstorm. The guy they were going to have didn't want to go. Well, sucks to be him then. 100%. Just scraping the cake out of the beaters. And then we'll quickly wash this up after too, so that we can use it for the whipping cream. Not gonna make it by hand today, just because I think we will be a little bit on a time crunch. So now let's just split the angel food cake batter between all of the tins. I would say probably fill it 3/4 of the way full. Leave room for expansion. And I'm gonna pray that these don't stick. But this pan looks really nice, so I'm thinking that it won't. Looks like we have a lot of batter too. Maybe we will try out the method of just putting it in a pan, just to see what happens. If we have extra batter, I think I want to. Why not? You never know if you don't try it. Wasn't caveman enough? What is going on? I don't know what you guys are doing in chat. You guys are wild in today. Holy, that was a lot. Your brother told you you had the job, then he said you didn't. Yeah, the other day, and now you do. That is good though, Steve. It seems like you really wanted to, so I'm glad everything worked out. Okay, we have a lot of extra batter. Okay, totally going to put it into a cake pan. Except I know that I will have to just cut a parchment for the bottom of this or else it will stick. Just gotta make a round. And how we do that is you just put your pan on top and cut around the base of it with a paring knife, something sharp. It is not the easiest thing to do, I will admit that, but it is worth it. So even if you just get the rough outline and find that you didn't cut it all the way through it sometimes, you can just go over it again and then pull it out. Bam. Mulan, so tired. You're gonna lose it. Not of me though, that's good. As long as you're not tired of me. I don't know if I'm the best chef ever, but I always try to be. I always try to be the best version of myself. I am very interested to see how this is going to bake up. Hopefully it's not a waste. You got to see the ocean sooner than you thought. Yep. Super cool. Just tap that down. Kind of wiggle it out. Now we're going to go into the oven with these. You're just being stupid. Oh, I know you are, Buff. I know this. So 30 minutes until the top springs back. But since these are smaller cakes, I'm going to go half of that time. So I'm going to do 15-minute timer so that we can check it at that point and see if we have to bump up the time. Maybe a little bit longer, but I don't think it will take the full half an hour compared to it being like one big cake. Prairie boys come into the island. Let's do 15-minute timer. Ah, that chocolate got melted. Did not think that would happen. And then we'll check it at that point. So I'm just gonna quickly rinse out the mixer, wash it out a bit. What happened to my hair? I put it in a bun. Is it crazy, Steve? Betty called it a donut. Nice donut on your head, she said. And then next up, we're gonna make some custard. gonna go close that door. That's annoying. Some people's kids, are they born in a barn or something? Just leaves the door open. Okay, I will check that out, Mulan. I have the Adele bun. Oh, I totally forgot that Adele always used to have it. Look at the bun on that chick. Bye, Mama. Thanks for everything this week. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And I will see you on Monday. Rook, welcome in, man. Someone leaves, Rook comes in. How are you? Okay, so I'm going to double this recipe that we're going to use. Just because we do have so many egg yolks. Because it calls for 3 egg yolks. And then it only yields 3.5 cups of custard. But at the same time, that is quite a bit. Like, well, we might use max 1 cup of custard per portion. So maybe I will only do the 1 recipe. And that way we'll have to use egg yolks somewhere else. Maybe I have to make a nice brunch or make a hollandaise or something this weekend. All prairie boys are born in a barn. Yeah, but Sammy was born in Germany. He's like, maybe I was born in a barn. You never know. Okay, so 3 egg yolks, 3 cups of milk, quite a bit of milk, 1/2 cup of sugar, 1/3 cup of cornstarch, and then some salt and vanilla. Simple, simple. And I'm not going to follow the directions that this gives because I've never made a custard this way. It says to beat the yolks and the milk together first, which is so weird, and then mix the sugar, cornstarch, and salt in a saucepan and gradually stir in the milk and the egg yolks. And then you cook that for like 20 to 25 minutes until it boils because you have to cook out the cornstarch flavor. But the way that I always did custards is you mix your egg yolks and sugar together in a bowl, heat up your milk and vanilla and salt. And then once the milk is hot, you don't have to boil it, just bring it up until it starts to almost simmer, and then you take it off and slowly whisk it into the egg yolks and the sugar. And then pour that back into the pot and cook it for maybe 10 minutes until it thickens, and that's it. And then you let it cool. Egg yolks equals creme brulee. Oh, that's a good one too, Cookie. Harry, how are you? He was born in a shoon. Probably, Steve. So let's start scaling out all of our ingredients for this. So instead of the 3 egg yolks, because that is chicken eggs, I only need to actually use 2. Shoon is German for a barn. That is what I was guessing, Steve. So let's get a big bowl out as well. Something big enough to be able to hold all of the milk and all of the ingredients. I'm gonna do this my way. You're back, Harry. What is good? You got some leg. What? Okay, so 2 egg yolks. Oh, like look how good those look. They're so thick. I'll just put the lid on the other ones and put them back into the fridge while I grab the milk. Your way or the driveway. And I just need to taste a little bit of this because it is past the expiry, but that doesn't mean it's bad. Oh yeah, we're good. And it's good that we are cooking it as well. Kind of like repasteurize it. Boom, 3 cups of milk. Tris, I think you mean highway. Apparently in Saskatchewan, it's driveway. Now we know. Okay, and same thing with the pan that you're using to heat the milk, is it needs to be able to fit all of the other ingredients. So use something that's slightly bigger than the amount of milk that you are heating up. A moth. Sammy's showing me a moth. What a guy. Okay, so we're putting our vanilla in here as well. Around a teaspoon of vanilla. Or more if you really, really like vanilla. Like I do. And a little bit of salt again. Just to balance out the sweetness. That is a must. Quarter of a teaspoon. Okay guys, we are going over to the stovetop. Actually, I'm just gonna put this on the stovetop. Move this off for now. And start heating up this guy. Let's do medium heat. Oh my goodness, the cakes are massive. What have I created? Now let's put our sugar into this. The egg yolks, 1/2 cup of sugar. And we'll whisk it up. Has anyone been to Labrador or St. John's? Well, Polish lives there. And actually my aunt is moving to St. John's this month. So Sam and I are going to take a trip out there at some point, which is amazing. I am so excited. If I would make you lunch boxes, you would like them to be saturating so you can spend a whole day on 3 of them. Well, yeah, that's the whole point. They need to be like satisfying. Just taking our whisk here. We just gotta whisk our sugar into our egg yolks. And they will start to go a little bit more pale. That's what you want. It's where the transatlantic cable was laid. Cool. So whip this until it's a nice bright yellow. And that way you know the sugar has been incorporated into the yolks. And then having the sugar in the egg yolks is gonna help them not cook as fast when you put the hot milk into it. So last thing we need is 1/3 cup of cornstarch. That is so much. Mass amounts. Like what? There should be no way. That's insanity. We're going to make a brick. Like really? Can you burn sugar? Oh, you can burn sugar, Tristan. Like, a kid in my culinary school when we were in baking class pretty much made lava from sugar. It's terrifying if you get to that point. It's not something to mess with, and then definitely don't put it into water. Pretty sure it would like explode. Like I seriously think of hot sugar as lava. Like it's that dangerous. It smells so bad. Only thing that can't be burned is lemon pepper. You heard it here first. Okay, so now we're pouring the cornstarch into a container so that we can mix in a little bit of water. You want cold water for this, and this is called making a slurry. So whenever you use cornstarch, you have to mix it with some sort of liquid before you add it into what you're thickening it with. This is a must. Otherwise, it'll just clump up as soon as you put it into your hot liquid. So just enough cold water so that you can mix it until it's smooth. You don't need it to be really, really runny. A slurry. Just replace the E with a U. S-L-U-R-R-Y. A slurry. Okay. So that's all mixed together. You don't want any lumps of starch at all. Slurry. Time to break out the popcorn. Is that what your lunch is today, Tristan? Popcorn for lunch. What up? Hey, we are crushing today. So, let me look at my list here. We made the angel food cake. We have not caramelized our white chocolate yet. We'll do that after. We are making our vanilla custard currently. After this, we'll whip up some cream, prep the berries up, and then we'll start breading our chicken for dinner. Lunch till you go to Whole Foods and get some trays. Oh, you're all out. No. Okay, just gonna check this milk, see where we're at. Just warm. It's not hot yet. So we will wait a little bit more. You don't like cooking terms, they're weird. There are so many different ones that I'm sure you've never heard of. But I like them, I think they're cool. You just gotta learn them a little bit better, Steve, that's all. Okay, this looks unreal, first off. Timer's just about to go off. So let's pull the cakes out. They're looking crazy good. Are they bouncing back? I think so. Maybe like a couple more minutes. And I think I'm gonna rotate the cake pan to the top shelf. That might need a little bit more. So let's set the timer 2 more minutes. And then we should be able to take that out and let it cool. Woohoo! Go to Half Foods. Oh man, the puns in here are endless. What do I like better, freshwater or saltwater fish? I don't know if I have a favorite, Tara. I mean, I do really like the freshwater fish because that's what I grew up on in Alberta. We fished a lot in the lakes there and we always caught like walleye, which is so good. And then obviously the river salmon here is really good as well. But saltwater fish is just as good. I don't think I have a preference. What about you though? Okay, this milk is steaming. But I'm not gonna whisk it into our custard yet because we only have a minute left on the cakes. So you don't wanna start something and then have to stop it. You grew up on freshwater trout in BC when you were a little girl fishing. Yeah. So there is a trout farm about 15 minutes away from where I am. I still have yet to check it out, but I'm pretty excited. Hopefully they sell it there because I would love to take some home and do some fishing. On average, how much money will it cost for one person to eat for a month in BC? That's a good question, Steve. Let me just turn this milk down just so it doesn't boil over. I mean, we spend average, let's say $500 a week to feed 4 people though, and that's including more than food. Okay, there's our cakes. Oh, check this guy. He springs back, so we're good. And the other one will as well. So now, turn our oven down to 300 for the white chocolate. Just gonna put the cakes there to cool off. So Steve, I would say per week, what Sammy and I were spending in Vancouver together though for 2 people, I would say like maybe $100 a week. I don't know. Is that fair? Probably. Why can't fish just swim around in a marinade their whole life? Now the milk is steaming, so now we're gonna come over here. Turn off the pot. And then just slowly whisk the milk into the egg yolks and sugar. Incorporate it really well with a few additions first, and then you'll be able to pour in more of it at one time. But we don't want to make scrambled eggs. This is what we're trying not to do here. Kokanee fish is like a salmon. I have never heard of it. You get paid $50 a day for food. I think you'll be fine. That is lots. Like, that is meant if you're gonna eat out all the time. But like, Steve, I could easily make you a bunch of meals if that's what you're looking for, and maybe even drop them off to you. Make you enough meals for like a week. That could be a thing, so let me know. I could just easily price it out. Rainbow trout is so good. I think that's my favorite one. It is so glorious. So now I'm just mixing up the slurry again to make sure there's no lumps, and then we're gonna whisk that in as well, and then we should start to see the custard thicken up a bit because the milk is hot. But it is totally okay if it doesn't thicken up at the start. So now we're going to pour it back into the pot. I was worried that the bowl was maybe leaking underneath. I hate when that happens. All of the dishes today. Baking with Kate. Oh God, what did I do? Okay, so there's that. I'm gonna quickly go to the bathroom before we have to mix this up, and then we will finish it off. And we'll let it cool.
Stream takeover by Chef Sam. What's up? How's everyone going?
What are you doing?
Drinking a beer.
What?
Russian Imperial Stout 2015.
Oh.
Check it out.
Sammy just comes in.
Huh?
You finally opened it.
I did.
Where's your beer glass for this? Where are the beer glasses?
They're still dirty.
It's good though.
11.9.
11.9%.
This one?
Sure. Oh yeah, did I check the link? Not yet. I will do it after. Not yet. Gotta keep cooking. One lake your dad and brother went to, this guy caught like a 35-pound rainbow trout. Oh my god.
Oh.
It's massive.
You're expecting something funny. My dad caught a lake trout today.
Sam's dad caught a trout today, I guess. Getting lit again, Thunderstruck. Oh, I don't know if I can drink that. I'm gonna let it warm up a little bit, I think. Okay, so we're going back onto the burner with
There's
our
my dad's
custard.
lake trout he caught.
Nice. Holy.
Yeah.
And we need to keep stirring this because the cornstarch is going to want to sit on the bottom of the pot and cook down there. So we need to keep it incorporated until it starts to cook in. Yeah, that's a nice trout. Now I want some trout. And then you just need to cook it until it thickens. And then we can let it cool off. So we can build our trifles later. So while that is just coming back up to heat, I'm just gonna wipe out the bowl for our whipped cream and start to get that stuff together. Multitasking for the win. And then we can make our whipped cream and caramelize our white chocolate at the same time. It is really big. Sunder, you've never caught a fish. It is so much fun. Well, at least I think it is fun, but I'm sure some people think fishing is weird or lame. And I think I'm only gonna do 1.5 cups of the whipping cream, and then we'll get close to 3 cups of it whipped up. Sammy's whipping out his trout for everyone. You want to eat smoked fish with some plain salt and pepper. Yes. Be so good. Cookie Cookin', thanks for the follow. It is totally okay. I have done that as well in some people's streams. It's like, I swear I was following you, but I guess not. So I'm sorry. Yes, exactly, Tara. That's what we would always do as well. It's like catch it, clean it right away, and then cooked over a campfire. Like, how can you go wrong? Give this another whiskey whisk. Should start to come together here. What kind of meals would I make? Whatever you wanted to eat, Steve. You know I can make anything. So that part would be up to you. And then we could figure something out. Like the best price point and stuff like that. You know I got you, man. Okay, let's do a double duties right now. So we're gonna start to whip our cream while we are making our custard. There's no sugar or anything in here. Just plain whipping cream. Am I gonna clean Sammy's trout? popping in. Yeah, I don't know. He said he's like switching up his schedule and stuff. I messaged him today too on Discord, and he never actually got back to me, so I'm a little bit worried actually, Trist. I don't know if he's doing good or not. So it's always good to check up on people like that if you haven't heard from them in a couple days. Gutting fish doesn't bother you because you've caught so many and cleaned them. That is such a good skill to have, though. Oh, I think we're getting there. And let's also put in the white chocolate in the oven. We're going to do 3 things at once.
3 things? I'm freaking out, man.
We will set 5-minute interval timers so that we don't forget about it. Give a food suggestion, Trist. Make an ice sculpture. How? Where would I get a block of ice for that? And I don't know if that would work so well. It would probably melt faster than I could sculpt it. For a girl, oh, you're totally doing all right, Tara. You said I could make anything. Well, anything that you can eat. Oh, we're thickening up over here. So now I'm not going to walk away. But I'm going to watch the cream at the same time. We're whipping, whisking, and baking. Bless you.
Let's try it.
Let's try it, beaches. See, now my cheeks are gonna get red. I can feel it. I'm pretty sure they already are. Buff, I will get you. Thank you for the 100 biddies. Wants consommé devilish turducken béarnaise sauce baked Alaska beef Wellington. Yes, all of that is possible, but it'd probably cost more than $50 a day. Okay, we're thickening up more now. Yay. What you really, really want is the 5 cheese ZDL Forno. I will make it for you, Tris. Don't worry. How much are mixers, Tara? Well, it depends which one you want. What are the KitchenAids? Typically around like $350, I think. And then this mixer is like close to $500, I think. They're $900 Canadian? No. I did not think it was that much.
Our mixer?
Yeah. Okay. Okay, this custard is bubbling, so I'm going to take it off the heat, cool it down a little bit, and get back to our whipping cream for now. Let's turn it up. You Googled the hardest meals. They're not hard. They're not that hard. Cream is looking good. So much mixing. You're doing good though for time-wise still. Actually, I might pour the custard out of that bowl so it can cool down faster. Google never lies. Okay, nothing going on with the white chocolate yet. 5 more minutes. And our cream is not ready yet, so let's pour our custard. That way it can cool off pretty quick. I'll go over here for a sec. How good does that look though? And then we're gonna cover the top with plastic wrap. And that way, it won't get a skin on top of it. I'm also watching this cream right now because we're almost there. We're just gonna whip it to stiff peaks. I think we're there. Oh yeah. Everything's coming together. A machine that does circles, yes. Simply put, that's really all it does. So you want the plastic wrap right on the custard, guys. Don't worry, it's not gonna melt or do anything bad. You're just protecting it from getting this weird, tough film on the top of it. And then that, we'll just let it cool out at room temp for now. You put this into the fridge, the bowl will probably break. So keep that in mind. And then the whipped cream, I'm just gonna put it into a container and into the fridge for now. You want the beater?
No
You don't even know if they have a fridge or stove where your boss is renting. It's unfurnished. How are you gonna live there then? Like, that doesn't make sense to me, man. They gotta set you up a little bit better than that. And please don't tell me it's through West Coast Superstays. Don't do it. Plop goes the cream. Starting to smell the white chocolate, so I think that means it's getting roasty. Roasty toasty. You got a sleeping bag, Steve. Oh my gosh. They should give you a little bit more than that. You want a cheesecake more often. Yeah. Okay, cream is going in the fridge. And oven is about to beep. Beep, bitty, beep, beep. Okay, so now this is doing stuff. So we are, let's say, about halfway there. So see how it's starting to turn a golden brown color? We're gonna take that further still. And you can also see how it's getting like crystallized almost. I don't know if you can see it. But that means it's gonna get really nice and crunchy. So what, this has been 10 minutes already? Maybe let's do another 3. Because it's gonna happen pretty quick. Sammy, what are you doing?
It's for Tara crystals.
That's
this is
for
the
Tara.
one you should get.
I don't know if she
old.
can get that one though.
Yeah, she has to find it used.
Yeah, this is my grandma's KitchenAid that we still have because it is so much better
This thing is like.
than the ones they make now.
Here. Look at the model number and go by that.
Clip it and write it down, Tara. Then you'll be good.
Holy, this is heavy.
Yeah, when you come home sore, you get to sleep on the floor. That is how you get treated, I guess. What part of the city are you working in, Steve? Where do you find one? I would just look on like used sites like Craigslist or something. She's in Edmonton. Or no, sorry, Grand Prairie.
GP?
GP. Tara, you're in Grand Prairie, right? Pretty sure that's what you said. Okay, next up, let's prep some berries. There's not much to prep. I'm gonna take out some frozen blueberries, let them start thawing. And then we just need to dice up some of the strawberries. And that's it. Yeah, she's in GP. Your mom has that mixer. Maybe ask it from her nicely. Maybe she'll give it to you.
Right there.
You found one, Sammy? Sammy is like the best shopper, you guys. This is a fact. He always finds such good deals. I have no idea how. Okay, 5 more seconds on our chocolate again. Living in Victoria, working in Sydney. Oh, the magic is happening. Looks so cool. So see how it's like crackling now? I think, okay, maybe a minute more, and then we're gonna take it out to let it cool. But we are so close. Just be very careful because it does burn quick. Because with white chocolate, there's a lot of sugar in it. It's not actually chocolate. to your bro tonight to confirm everything. Nice. That is pretty exciting, man. I'm just gonna take the tops of these off and then give them a little wash up. And then we will probably quarter them. Keep them nice and bite-sized. Look at this little guy. Okay, I'm gonna call that donezo. So that's all we're looking for. Caramelized white chocolate. And I'm gonna try and keep them in those rounds and let them harden back up like that. I think that will look great. Okay, all of the berries are taken care of. Now, over to the sink real quick. Strawberries. You know it, Harry. What, Mulan? That is interesting. I've never heard of it before. I will look into it though. Because I really have no opinion on that. I've never ever heard of it. Tris, 2 minutes. What's going on?
4:20.
Oh. You guys in your countdown. And then after that, Sammy's gonna get real quiet, I'm sure. Yeah, but Steve, if I only have to do that once a week, that's easy. I would say it's worth it, but have to do it every day, not worth it. Time to hit it. I can't, Tris. Or should I be like Action Bronson? I mean, I don't know if anyone checked out the YouTube video that I posted, but he is high as shit in it. But when is he not?
What?
When is Action Bronson not high in his videos?
I wish I was Action Bronson.
You're close enough, Sammy.
Yeah. My beard power is going right now.
Your beard power. Lemon! How are you, Lemon? I am happy to see you here. There's our little berries. Okay, now just getting the blueberries out of the freezer so they can thaw for a couple of hours. Is shit high? High as shit? Yes, it is, Buff. Shit is high. I like how you catch me on all those little sayings. I'm doing good, Lemon. Thanks for asking. That's a good amount of berries. Maybe even a little bit less. Oh god. I guess not those ones. Those ones want to stay. Strawberries and whipped cream on angel food cake. second favorite cake besides cheesecake. Yeah, it is so good. And it's simple, pretty easy. So now you can just leave these out, or you can refrigerate the strawberries. Totally up to you. I'm just gonna put them aside for now. And next up, we gotta pound out the chicken and bread it. So now, dinner prep time. Just grabbing the chicken. You're annoying? You're not annoying, Buff. You're great. They are frozen. They are frozen berries. So like I said earlier, these have the skin on, so we have to take those off. And then we also need to grab a Ziploc bag and cut it in half so it opens up. And that's what we're gonna pound the chicken between. And that way we won't get salmonella everywhere. Thought that was probably a good option. Sammy, I think this sink leaks a little bit.
Okay.
There's always like a little bit of water on the Ziploc bags.
Okay.
Just saying.
Not condensation?
No, it's like a weird color. Do I save the skins? Oh, you are dirty, but maybe we'll save the skins and fry them up after we fry the chicken cutlets. Okay, Sammy said he's in. So we're just cutting the bag along the sides to open it up. Like that. Okay, we will save the skins then. Oh, smash. So all we gotta do is literally just peel it off of the chicken breast. But you can buy chicken breast without the skin on as well. Just, I butchered these myself, so I left it on just in case I used it for something else. So skin will go into the bowl. Trist has an idea. You and Sammy do a cooking stream together, and Sammy can be the action Bronson of the stream. Okay? Yeah, he said, I'll take a day off work.
I said I'll have to.
Yeah, the fish trout is very expensive to buy. It's true, Tara. So I'm hoping maybe it's cheaper at the little farm that's here that we have to check out. Okay, and also there's a little bit of a vein here, so I'm gonna cut that off too. We'll just put our skins aside. Do a little bit of cleaning up. This one's good. I think there was only 2 that had that little bit of blood. And that one. How's this one? This one is clean. Clean, clean. Trying not to cut through the bag. Bam. Lemon. What is a football giveaway? I am the best for saving the skins. Just for you, Lemon. Thanks for asking. Because I probably would have just thrown them out. Now Sammy's upset. He's upset.
I'm upset. 50,000 on my head is just upset.
Okay, Drake. Thank you for the biddies as well. Yeah, Action Bronson. I like his older stuff. I'm not a huge fan of his new Blue Chips album, but I still did download it. I'm just gonna grab a glove. Turn the fan off. Not needed anymore. You don't know what the football thing is. Okay. I think if you cheer, the person gets a soccer emote. Cool. Super cool. Okay, let's turn this over. Sammy, should I butterfly it too or just pound it?
Pound it.
Like just open it up and pound it?
Yeah.
I think that'll work.
Yep.
Okay, we're getting ready. Gonna be some loud noises, guys, so maybe turn down your volume a bit. And this is what I'm using to pound it out, a meat mallet. So use the bigger side first, and then if you want, you can go to the smaller side if you want to keep going super thin. Hey, fooling around with my stuff. Sam, stop for a sec. Okay, now you can have your mouse back. Okay, so let's do this. Kind of start in the middle first. And then work your way out. And you want it to be very even in thickness, so be careful, you don't want to punch through. And it will end up being a weird shape. Let's check it out. I did already hammer through the Ziploc bag. Just a little bit more. And I'm also kind of pulling as I hit it to kind of pull it apart. That works really good too. So something like this. And I guess if the tender falls off, well then let's just cut it off. And we'll just make up some little chicken parms with those, I guess. I suppose. How thin do you think? I'm gonna go to probably 1/4 inch thickness on this. Why am I flattening the chicken? So there's more surface area to bread. We want all of the surface area so that we can crisp it up real nice. So I'll just put these onto a cutting board for now. That will go just beside me. No, you can't see it, but just so you know it's there. Okay, so next, open it up again. Cover your chicken. Let's go. Abbas, hi, how are you? I was hitting it too hard, Buff? What? Why can't I just eat some carrots or fruits? Someone drop the hammer. Guys, we have a vegan in here. Trist, just watch him. He gets out of hand, you know what to do. Center that again. I'm just gonna flip this over as well. We're getting messy. You're not vegan and you're not out of hand. Well, you would be surprised how much this happens to me in here. So we never really know. We are cautious now. This one kind of got torn up. I'm trying not to hit it that hard. Let's make some little like chicken nuggets with these pieces. So only 2 left. 2 to go. Not that bad, is it? It's only because you have tearing issues in the past. How do you not get it to tear then, Buff? Veggie lives matter too. It's true. It's true, but we don't go around imposing the vegans to eat meat. So they should not do the latter to us. She went off on you, Abbas? Oh my god. You never know what you'll find on Twitch. We got a hole in here already. Okay, well, I'll flip it over then.
I would probably just use the small side.
Use the small side? Maybe it'll work better? Maybe it does work better. Sammy, though. Shadow, how are you? Okay, that's working a lot better. Does it look pretty even? I think so. There's another one. We didn't tear through. Yay! Yay! Okay, last one. Use a wooden tensorizer with smaller notches and flip. Okay. Thanks, Buff. It does seem like this smaller side's working better. I was like, what happened here? But I must have cut the bag. You think she's gonna stop being vegan? That's impressive. This piece is thick. I'm sorry, we're almost there. Hey, that looks good. Woohoo, we did it. Like, look how big that piece is. Okay, I'm gonna cut off that tender again since it's just falling off now. We're good to go. Doing a little cleanup. Away with this cutting board. So that's our pile of chicken. Did the camera fall down as I was pounding? Is that what happened? Guys, no one told me this. Buff, you went a whole year of eating only bacon. Love it. Braised pork. Pile o chicken. Yeah. So next up, gotta make our breading station. So we need a container with eggs and a container with our panko crumbs. Our nice crunchy breadcrumbs. Hopefully this will fit all of the pieces. Discord. Abbas, thanks for the follow. Nice to have some awesome new people in here. Welcome in. So this is going to be for the breadcrumbs. I think the pieces of chicken will fit in here. Get a good supply of uncut bacon, which is what you call steakin'. Love it, Buff. So I would always start with a smaller amount of breadcrumbs and then top it up, just so we don't end up wasting too much. So that looks like a couple cups. And we'll just leave those aside just in case. So next up, I think I'm gonna do 2 eggs whisked. And maybe just a touch of milk in it. Or maybe I'll do the cream. Keep it nice and rich and thick. So first we'll whisk the eggs until they're nice and smooth, and then we'll put the dairy in. Ahabas! Thanks for the biddies. I need everything. Me too, Tara. Yeah, I can definitely tell when my eating is off. I just don't feel that good. What's dinner? Can someone do the menu command, please? I'm making a lot of good stuffs today. Death, how are you? The panko looks like rice, Steve. A little bit, I guess. From afar. Guys, what came first, the chicken or the egg? I don't know, but they're both getting married together right away. Death, how are you doing, man? Tristan and I were just saying, like, where are you? We're missing you, and we just want to make sure all is well. Liz and Viyun, welcome in, guys. Okay, that's our eggs. They're nice and smooth. Can you just have a salad? Yes. I do make salads as well, but tonight we're going all out. So just a bit of cream to loosen this up. Whisk it until it's combined, maybe a touch more. The chicken came first. Now we're saying the egg. Yeah, the dino egg was first. So that is good to go. So this is gonna be our station here. Our little breading station. So we'll do the chicken and the egg wash there, and then our crumbs are here, and then I'll just put a sheet pan right beside the breadcrumbs, which is what we'll put the finished breaded chicken onto. And that way it can kind of firm up. The chicken had a mutation and then it laid the egg. Now we know. So I'm gonna use a sheet pan with a tray on it, just so the underside doesn't get soggy, because there's breadcrumbs there, right? And we also have to season the chicken first. which I think I'm going to use Tony Chachere's on, because that is like my favorite thing to season chicken with. Tony Chachere's for the one. What's better?
Fat burger.
Fat burger spice, close enough. There's no way the egg came first because it has to be a chicken to grow the egg. I know. Most difficult question ever. I'm happy you guys are having a tough time with it as well. So I'm going to keep this as my wet hand just so I can work with the chicken and the egg wash. Let's get a nice seasoning on these cutlets. The côtelette. And don't go too heavy because it is so thin, right? Ah. Now my stuff's tearing too, Buff. Okay, there's the tender. We'll just take it off. You had pizza last night, Steve? Yum. I was so amped for pizza for lunch and then it never happened. Oh, every day that I use Tony Chachere's, it makes me sneeze. Excuse me. It's all up in my nostrils. To answer your question in Discord, Elements needs a tier 2 sub for the hype command to work as hype. Ah, instead of the onions. I get it now. Thanks, Death, for your help. I was like, why isn't this working? I was like, Death will know the answer. So I will just leave it. Dredge that chicken good. Chicken. I love me some fried chicken, it's true. Okay, let's do these smaller pieces first. So just get a nice coating of the egg wash. And then maybe I'll do it this way. And then just shake it off a little bit. And then into the crumbs, use your dry hand to cover it and press it. Dredged nice, like Buff asked for. And you shouldn't really see the chicken flesh under it if you do it right. And then that just goes onto the sheet pan. All I see is like National Booty Association. What kind of topic did you guys run into just now? Not that I'm opposed to it, but I got lost somewhere. Where did you guys go? Because I am not there. And then since we pounded the chicken so thin, it's gonna fry up pretty quick, right? So that's the good part about that. Yes, Death. The perfect emote for whatever is going on in chat right now. Oh no. Okay, that one's not getting egg washed. Let's see how it sticks. Probably not as well. Nice, Rook. Oh yeah, you're doing your chili and stuff this weekend. Sounds good, man. I hope you have a good one. Don't know if I'll see you before the stream ends, but have a wonderful weekend. And I will see you on Monday, I'm sure. Liz, how was your day? We made it till Friday. I know, I think you said that on like Tuesday or Wednesday. It's like, it's almost the weekend. Okay, now on to the big pieces. Yum. Thanks, Rook. Yeah, we're smoking some ribs tomorrow, or Sammy is. Should be good. Oh, God. Did not go as planned. And I think we might need some extra panko in here now. How are we doing for time? Nice. It's not even 5 o'clock yet. I think we're doing pretty good still. Your day was okay. You're super tired and have no plans for the weekend. So there's that. There is nothing wrong with that. Elvin, you're here too now. Nice. Yay. Squad is here. Finally finished work from a 6 a.m. start. Oh my goodness. You work hard, man. That is good for you. Much respect. In a week, you start your trip. Nice, Steve. I know. It's going to be crazy how fast summer is going to fly by for us. Okay, more breadcrumbs. Or maybe I'll just leave a good layer on the bottom and then just sprinkle it over the top. Because that worked really good just now. How is it going? So far, so good. We have all of the dessert prep done. And we just have to assemble it later. And now we're just breading the chicken for the parm. You want Fruity Pebbles ice cream, so you might head down to the Big Meat. Oh man, you have a Big Gay? I follow them on Instagram and I am like in love with their ice cream. Maybe one day I'll be able to eat it. It is so cool, Liz. Goodbye, my vegan friends. Bye, Abbas. Thanks for finding us and checking us out. Hope you have a good one. And I don't stream on weekends, so I'll be back on Monday if you feel like checking the stream out again. It's in the Lower East Side. Yes, I need to go there one day. I'm like always drooling about the stuff that they make. Crazy combinations. Hey, only like 2 pieces left of this. We're doing really good. Ashy, what are you doing? We got a doggo again. A crazy little doggo. What do you think? They had Cheetos ice cream. Oh. I don't know about that one. I don't know. I'd let everyone else try it first. And then if they said it was good, I'd be in. But I always hate like wasting money on something that you think is going to be so good. And then it's like, would have rather not wasted my money on that. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it either, Buff. This is a deadly tray of chicken. Gotta make some room though right now, just a sec, peeps. Okay. Even that back out. We have this little piece here too. Chicken tacos. Yum. You love doing chicken like this. Yeah, Death. Like, it's so good when it gets crispy. Chicken tacos with salsa roja. Yum. Is this from a restaurant? Egg and bread it. Yeah, that's all you need. So simple, so good. So now that we're getting near the end of our process, I'm gonna try and use up the breadcrumbs that are in the pan. So if you need to give it a wiggle or 2, totally allowed. Just keep kind of pressing it down. and that way we shouldn't waste anything. Let's do the other side. Flip it again, and I'm gonna call it quits after this. Perfect. Oh, now we messed it up. Boom. Tray of chicken complete. Can I make 5 cheese Bazzitti al Forno next week? Probably, Trist. I mean, I am making pasta for Liz already, her bolognese. So maybe the following week. Guys, I made too many dishes today. I don't know if it's worth it. So there's all of our breaded chicken. Try to not overlap it as well. And that way it'll stay crispy instead of getting soggy. It's from the taco truck. Oh, taco trucks are legit though. Just washing my hands because they're all eggy and chickeny. Don't really want to spread salmonella everywhere. And so we're gonna start cooking this in probably the next 20 minutes. So I'm just gonna leave it out. You don't have to put it back in the fridge. And the next thing we're gonna do is start our really quick tomato sauce. Turducken with Kate, yes. Salmon and roe, nice buff. Man, are you still working? No. You can't still be working with your leg like that. Yes, Buff. I hope you get the cheer as well. Well, Rook is out, so you know he won't be the one that will have a bit war with you. So hopefully you get there. And then for donations this week, I think it's just Mulan with their like dollar donations. There is nothing higher than that so far. Totally fine by me. Who else wants to eat here? Come on over. Look how red my cheeks are now from the beer. And I didn't even finish this little taster glass. I cannot drink alcohol. You can still do stock and staff tables. That's fair. Okay, let's get some of this stuff out of here. We got some ish everywhere. So for the tomato sauce, we're just gonna do it super simple. Onion and garlic fried up in some olive oil. I only have like 1/3 of an onion here. And then a can of diced tomatoes, which I said earlier, if you want, you can puree the sauce, but I like to have it a little chunky, so we'll see how it cooks down. You were gonna do 500. Well, you could always tip it, I guess, Trist, for like next week's meal for your ziti. Totally up to you though. Or you just save it for next week. Just grabbing some garlic. So let's just dice our tomato nice and, our onion nice and fine. It's kind of a interesting shape. I really don't know what happened to it, to be honest. What happened to you, onion? What have you seen? Buff! Thank you for the biddies, man. Seriously. Spoilt. And armored as well. Thank you, guys. What a week. All of your cooking will be over the weekend. Nice, Elvin. All of your Father's Day stuff is coming together. See, I hate when onions get like kind of old. They get like rubbery and hard to cut. You had guests over the other night, and the lime mint granita with creme fraiche is crushing it. Yum. I'm happy it worked out for you. Creme fraiche? Why are you saying ew to that, Buff? It's so good. Okay. Let's go over to this pot that was just chilling on the stovetop here. I think I'm gonna turn the light on as well. We'll turn this guy on to like medium-high heat. Drizzle some olive oil in. Not too much, just enough to coat the bottom and saute the onion. But olive oil is really good with tomato sauce, so don't be shy with the amount that you put in it. Start to clear this stuff out of here. And then this pan is for the kohlrabi still. Now let's crush our garlic. You really don't like creme fraiche. Why, Buff? Do you not like sour cream either? Liz, thank you. Thank you, girl. Creme fraiche made it taste like key lime pie. Oh, I bet. Ragazzo. That makes sense, Buff. Everyone's got those things that they are not a huge fan of. And I'm not gonna hate you for it. Just cutting off the ends of this garlic so it's like the roots. Garlic roots that are like tough and woody. And now we are just gonna slice these garlic cloves. Bye, Steve. Have a wonderful weekend, man. Keep me updated on your job situation as well. I'll see you on Monday. Olive oil goes great with tomato sauce. Yeah, don't be afraid to bathe in it. Use all of the olive oil. All of it. Like boiled cabbage. What? That and sprouts is what you don't like. Well, it could be a lot worse, Buff. Let's open our tomato can. And I do have some basil here as well that we will put into the sauce, and then we'll save the rest for garnish for the dish later. Okay, going over with this. How is our oil? I think it's hot. Just get our spoon out, and we're going over. Gotta get that sizzle right away. Otherwise your oil is not hot enough. I'm gonna throw the garlic in right now as well. Since it's sliced, it's gonna take a little bit longer to cook than if it was minced. this a Sturzy. I think I'm going to put a little bit more olive oil in. Just a wee bit more. I blame Elvin. Armored, you're not a fan of boiled cabbage. Growing up, your mom would make a batch of stew. Use the cabbages as filler. You would have nothing else for a week straight. Oh, man. See, that's the thing with a lot of people's dislikes of food. Is that it typically happens when you're younger and you're like overfed something. And now you just want to have nothing to do with it. Luckily, that never happened to me. Life stories. Yeah, you can only take so much. It's true. Okay, so now we're gonna make our zoodles next. I like raw cabbage too. I don't know if I've ever had just boiled cabbage. I've always had it like sauteed or roasted or raw. This is smelling good. So here's the basil that I'm just going to throw into there in a second or two. You still good, guys? Your grandma used to give you raw onions. Oh my goodness. Screw raw onions as an adult. Yes. Okay, so let's check out our caramelized white chocolate because I want to use the sheet pan again. So these should be stuck in their little rounds. Yes. So if you look at the bottom, it's like that really nice caramel color. So we got our crispy little wafer to top the dessert with. I'm just going to transfer those to a container. That way I can use this sheet pan. You like cabbage every other way. Well, that's good then. It's just the cooking technique, which you don't like too much. At least you still like the vegetable though. These were white chocolate baking wafers that we slowly baked in the oven until they're caramelized. And it gives a much nicer flavor to the white chocolate compared to it being just like overly sweet. So there are those. Give our onions and garlic a little stir. Now let's trade our parchment for some paper towel because the zucchini is going to release a lot of liquid when we process it and salt it. So we're going to try and get all that water out so it's not like super mushy, I guess. We're just going to cook the veg until it's a nice golden brown. And then we'll put the tomato sauce in. But we're creating our flavoring right now. So you want to let that cook a little bit. Liz, I did turn on the roulette. I turned on the roulette for you guys if you want to play. So go for it. I know, it's gonna blow up. So I think I'll do these 3 zucchinis. That's it, because we still have kohlrabi as well. obviously peel a sticker off if it's there. Roulette all. Liz, you lost every single one? Oh no. You're so welcome. No problem, Harry. Okay, so now this is the spiralizer I'm going to use. So this side's more thin and this side's thicker. So I'm going to use the thicker end. And let's just cut the top of our zucchini off. You won! Yay, Harry! You did it! It's a sexist bot. It wasn't me, guys, I swear. Okay, I think, yes, our onion and garlic is perfect. So I'm gonna throw in the basil leaves. Fry them up a little bit to release some flavoring. Smells so good. Making that rustic sauce. And next, the tomatoes. Now just stir to incorporate that. And then we're gonna let that cook out for probably the rest of the stream, I would say. Bring it up to a simmer and then we'll turn it down to super low heat. Chronic, how are you? Thank you for the biddies as well. You are new here. You have the same spiralizer. I know, it does work pretty good. I find you need the smaller zucchini, though. Now, all you do, watch. You just twist it through, and it should make little noodles. Oh my, Liz. Oh my. Trying to crush this stream so that we can do everything. There are no songs. No, I don't have song request on though. I don't want copyright on my vids. I'm sorry, my peeps. Okay, that is as far as we can go without chopping our fingers off. So we end up with this little zucchini nub. Like, look at this. And then as it spiralizes, it also gets rid of the inside of the zook, but I always keep that. Like, I've even thrown it in my smoothies and it's okay. And then here are our little, like, linguine zucchini noodles. Linguine, zucchini, fettuccine. And let's go again. I think the light on the stovetop is not great, hey? If I take that pan out of there, it's better, hey? Let's go low, low. Harry is addicted to gambling. I know there are some people that just love this roulette. So I was like, I will turn it on. Luigi would be proud. Thanks, Dev. You won 1 bone. It's those little victories, right? So that's the only downside of this spiralizer, is that you actually do need to be pretty strong to make a bunch of noodles with it. It's a good wrist workout. Oh no, Buff, you lost them all. You can send your points. I think you just put, what, give points? It should be in the commands though, so there's the other one. You could also save these for a soup or something. It's always a good option. Chronic 18 bones. You're running low, man. I don't know how it works, guys. I have not gambled very much on Twitch. I've just really seen it done. You're number 1 for points, Trist. I'm not surprised. Hey, Tom, how are you? Ready for the weekend, Tom? Hey, Jay. Oh.
Go ahead.
Okay. Oh. How are you? Go for it, Sammy. You're always ready for the weekend. It's true. I'm doing good as well, man. Just trying to crush this dinner prep. Got a lot of stuffs on the go, but everything's looking good. I wish they gave you, like, I don't know if this little tool works that good to twist it. Oh, maybe it does. So they have little spikes in the top of this, so that you can keep twisting when it gets to the end without running your fingers through it. And then there's our discard. So here's all of our zucchini noodles. So just spread these out on the sheet pan in a nice even layer. Then we're gonna sprinkle some salt over it, and that's gonna draw out all of the moisture so that they're not as wet when you plate them up. And we could even put a towel over top as well. Chronic, sit back and relax. I'm gonna go smoke a bowl. Way better than the Food Network. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. So you don't need too much salt on this. Just a nice sprinkling. I think that was maybe a teaspoon that I just sprinkled over top. It's a baby. It's a baby. Okay, so we're just gonna let those sit, put it aside. I'm gonna put this extra zucchini away. Oh, you want Gorillas? I wish I could play that. I love that song. Okay, so next, I think we are on to the kohlrabi, which should be going in the oven in the next 15 minutes anyways. So that can go aside. Nirvana, thank you for the follow. And welcome in. Just getting the kohlrabi out of the fridge. Here are these crazy things. This is only the second time working with these. Harry, just spamming. Love it, you guys. So all we need to do right now is cut off the top and the bottom of the kohlrabi and peel it. And then I'm gonna cut it into wedges. And you could use the greens as well if you wanted to saute them up, but mine are getting pretty wilted, so I'm not going to use them. Should have maybe packed them a little bit better in the fridge, and maybe like a bag with paper towel. Okay, on to peeling, which is quite easy with these little guys. One and done. And we're just gonna dress this with olive oil, salt, and pepper to start. And then we'll just sprinkle over some grated parm near the end of the cook time. That way it'll get nice and crispy and delicious. It is a little bit woody up near the stem, just so you guys know if you're ever working with this. And you could also eat this raw. I saw some salads where you shave it nice and thin. It looked really nice. For round veg, you use a knife, but you're stubborn. Yeah, I don't typically peel with a knife, like a paring knife like that, but I know what you mean, Buff. Ah. Oh. Try not to peel my thumb. We'll just put it down on the board. Should be easier. See what I mean? It's pretty tough up there. Okay, 2 left. We're doing good. Buff, I'm so impressed that you're still here, man. How are you still awake? And Death, what is good? You've been like so MIA. I feel like I haven't talked to you in forever. Got any awesome plans for the weekend? Are you gonna start streaming this weekend again? Your girlfriend has the peeler. You keep nodding off. Nice. That is not a bad thing. I feel ya. Whew. Scary shit. Not my favorite thing to peel, I will say that. Has like random tough parts. You want to lick the spoon. I know, tomato sauce, so good. Do you hear Sammy smoking up? No, he just went in the shower. He's cleaning himself up. He left us for a little bit. Okay, so now the easy part. Yay. You thought you heard someone snoring? No. Holy Elvin, nice. Okay, so I'm gonna cut the kohlrabi in half and then probably into quarters. Like that, so you get nice pieces. Planning on starting back Tuesday. You might do sushi, yum. Or you could do it this way, keep it together. And slice it this way. It might be a bit easier for you, but sometimes it falls apart, as you can see. Poot? What is that? What is that, Elvin? How do you check your bones? Points. The points. Where's our mascot? She was down here earlier, Liz. She's been kind of funny today just because her gums are really sore from her teeth cleaning. So she doesn't want to eat too much because it hurts, right? So she's just being like a big baby. I'm surprised she didn't come down for this. Your roommate ate 27 cookies in 6 days. How is he still alive? Is my question. Yeah, poor Pepper, but it had to happen. Like, it's important to keep your dog's teeth clean, especially as they get older, because otherwise they'll start to rot and stuff, right? It was a must. Oh, I spilled the sauce. I think I hear her scratching at the door, actually. Okay, let's get our sheet pan. Is he still alive? Yeah. Diabetes. That's how you get the diabetes. Yeah, that's a good joke. I'm gonna spread this out so you can cover it with the oil, and then we'll just give it a toss, I think. And I'm gonna turn the oven on because this will take close to a half an hour. So 425, or let's do like 440 Fahrenheit. Nice high heat so we get some browning action on there. You do dumb stuff with just one 10 milligram cookie. Yep. Oh my gosh, Harry. 2:26 a.m. Well, it is Friday, I guess. Have a great weekend, Harry. And I will see you next week. He made them himself, too. Oh, maybe he didn't make it that potent then. So just some salt and pepper. And we'll toss this up and spread it back out. We got one even layer. Tashi! See, I knew she was there. I knew it. What you need, girl? You need a little piece of kohlrabi? Okay, let me try and cut one off that doesn't have any stuff on it yet. She's like, hello, I am here for the snacks. Okay, come here. Sit. Okay, you almost got it. Good girl. You are crunching on stuff. That's good. She must be feeling a bit better then. He made them using a weird machine. What? What kind of machine? Yay for doggo. It's true. Good to see her back to her usual self again. I'm gonna flip these all down as well. So that's good. It's okay if they're touching each other as well. We just want them nicely spread out. That way they'll roast up really well. So our next step now is to get our pan ready for our chicken cutlets to fry up. And I think we're gonna do them one at a time. Don't know where I'm gonna have room to do all this stuff. Guys, I have overworked myself. I'm gonna say it. Let's do that. Yay for touching each other. What? You crazy. Yeah, with consent. Come on, kohlrabi. Get your ish together. And Action Bronson fries his cutlets in just olive oil, but I'm gonna do a half and half mix of olive oil and vegetable oil. Because I'm not a huge fan of the flavor that olive oil gives when you fry in it. It can be overwhelming. Had a business dinner a couple nights back. Worst Thai food you've ever had. That is so sad, Elvin. And it was out of your control too, hey? If it's the client's suggestion. So let's go like medium-high heat. To get this oil nice and hot. We want a good amount in here. We're not deep frying, we are pan frying. So let's say like 1/3 of an inch of oil. And you can totally reuse this after as well. As long as it doesn't get like too dark. Strain all the whatever stuff is left over in it and then pack it up and you can use it again. You have his book, yes. Low burn temp, yeah, I know. That's why I was like, I don't trust this, so I'm not going to do it. Yeah, why do so many people have AB? So here's the book, guys. It is neon orange and obnoxious, but I love it. This book is a map of the inside of Bronson's brain. It's pretty legit. And this recipe is right in the back. So let's take a look at it since we haven't yet. Chicken parm. And then that is how it's gonna end up looking. Excuse me. That one got me. I'm gonna watch the oil. So we have a little bit of time to chat. So let me just read his little excerpt out of this. Action Bronson, Alton Brown, Anthony Bourdain. Weird. Yeah, fuck, that's delicious. Thanks for the biddies on, dog. Bronson's brain is just usually high. Yep. I know the cheese. It's gonna get insane. Okay, so he says, my favorite chicken parm is the one I make myself with the cutlet pounded out just a little thinner than usual, whatever that means. You want to add just enough tomato sauce to coat, but not too much that you cover up the crisp of the chicken. Fact. And the cheese has to be oozy and bubbling and melted to a brown complexion. Yep. I prefer a platter over a sandwich, though you can get a decent one from your local pizza shop if you micromanage the experience. For either, there must be only one level of meat. If there are 3 levels of cutlet, the flavors are not in balance. What? This cutlet also has to be fried in extra virgin olive oil. Everyone is always asking, I thought you can't fry in olive oil, but you can. You just have to make sure it doesn't get too hot. Because once it goes past that point, it's not amazing, but disgusting. So that's why I'd rather just keep it safe and not push it past that point and ruin a whole dinner. You can make that call though. If you want to try it out. Just keep your oil temp a little bit lower, I guess. But then if you keep it too low, then your stuff's going to get soggy. So you have some stuff to think about on that one. And while we're waiting for that to heat up, why don't I try to take these angel food cakes out of the pan? He just needs to shave. The beard would get in your food. Surprisingly enough, like, beard hairs don't really shed that much. Like, Sam's never really did when it was big like that. Okay, hopefully this comes out. I can see that it doesn't really want to, but it will. Not my ideal pan for angel food cake, but we didn't have much else to work with, so we should be able to still get it out though, since it's so spongy. Like that, it just tore a little bit, but it did work. And it tastes delicious. So we're just gonna go around the edge first, peel it away. Chris Stapleton. Never heard of that person, Trist. Okay, there's another one. And don't worry about messing these up, because they're going to get torn up into the trifle anyways. They will make the cake exit by force of will. Exactly. Oh, you don't want to come out? Well, too bad, because it's happening. That's why I wasn't too worried if they stuck, because I was just gonna tear it out anyways. They're so tasty though. Definitely more cakes than I need, so this will probably get frozen. He is like one of the biggest singers of the world. Really? I am not up on my country tunes. He has crossed over to mainstream. Cool. Okay, our oil's still heating up. I'm gonna go take a quick bathroom break, the last one in the stream, and then we're gonna finish all this stuff off. getting that cheese out. The cheese in. Our oven is almost at temp, so I'm gonna use up a little bit of provolone today. And then here is our fresh, soft matzo, which is so good. That's what you hate about angel food. Yeah, it is a pain in the butt to get out of the pan most of the time. It's enough that you know of him and don't listen to country. He is talented. Okay, I believe you guys. You tend to use baking sheets. Yeah. So I tested it in another pan and it actually worked out really well. So let's just do little slices of this stuff. Thinking this stream might go a little past 6 today, guys. But that's just because I want to make sure I plate the trifle with you. So I hope everyone's okay with that. Okay, I think we're good with the matzo. Going heavy. Heavy with the cheese. Yes, please. Long stream, yay. Liz loves it. Keep you guys company. You might be asleep. You're doing really good so far, Buff. Let's use up 3 slices of provi as well. A little bit more of that funky flavor. And, okay, most of my baking sheets are being used right now, so I might have to pop up and grab one of Betty's just to put the cooked chicken onto. I don't have anything really right now. And I'm gonna quickly temp our oil and see if we can start frying. I'm gonna look for probably 350 Fahrenheit. Actually, I think it's good because it just started to smoke. So we good. Let's go. That was our oven for our kohlrabi. So that's going in. Let's do our first cotoletta. Be sizzling right away. You don't want your oil too hot because it'll brown the breadcrumbs before it cooks the chicken. So just watch pretty carefully to start until you get your oil temp set. You hate frying sometimes. I know, it's just kind of messy, but it tastes so good. This is browning up pretty quick, but at the same time, the piece of chicken is super thin. Sammy, can you please go grab a sheet pan for me? Please. Having to fish out the nuggets, yeah, so your oil doesn't get super dirty. So golden brown, the way that Bronson does his is he actually pushes it to a little bit darker, so don't be scared of that. Sammy. So I think this is good. Because it's still going to go under the broiler with the cheese on it. Sounds so good though. I'm going to open up a window. Looks like the wind and stuff has died down out there, so it's not as chilly. think we hit the perfect temp of the oil. Yeah, the darker it gets, the drier it gets. That too. MILF, I'm still cooking. Let me know if you are still streaming after, because then we'll come and raid you. We'll show you some love. There's 30 seconds more for that guy. You are right now. Sweet. Thank you. Thank you. Liz, you love it dark. Check it. Oh yeah. Beautiful. So onto a parchment lined sheet pan and onto the next cutlet. I think I might do some of the small ones in here too. Maximize our frying. Yum. Yes, Elvin. That chicken dough. All day grind. Yes, MILF. Yes. Those are souse. It's looking really good, actually. Rylan. Sounds good. I know your real name now. All I've ever known was MILF. Let's turn that bad boy up a little bit. Since we put more chicken in, it dropped the oil temp. So you also have to keep that in mind when you're frying. MILF is a little extreme. You're telling me. Jantic, thanks for the follow. Welcome in. Guys, did we hit 800 yet? I know we were really close to 800. 796. We need 4 more. Betty can call you Al. No, that's too weird, Alvin. I don't like it. It's too weird. Is that what your actual name is, Al? Okay, you know what? Since that's taken a little bit, I'm just gonna go grab the trifle glass from upstairs. Weird Al? Are you Weird Al Yankovic? Okay, go ahead and grab that glass. Be back in like 30 seconds. Down here. Okay, this is the glass. So we're using a non-stemmed wine glass, or stemless. This guy is looking good now. So are these little nuggets. They're like baby parms. Baby chicken parms. Sneak another one in here as well. Everything's going. I'm too young to know. It's true. Okay, so I'm gonna put the camera down and we're going to slowly build our trifle. We need some spoons. Sometimes you gotta push it down. Push it. Push it real good. So, I'm gonna start with the blueberries in the bottom of this glass. Mad skills, thanks Elvin. You just need like a spoonful or two. Just enough to kind of coat the bottom. Because keep in mind, there is like 6 layers to this crazy thing. And now next up is the custard. How is this guy doing? Okay, next piece. Let's go. So here's our custard that has chilled or cooled off for us. I haven't put it in the fridge yet, so it's probably a little runny still. We will see in a second. You could really use a scotch. It's actually not too bad. It's getting there, but if you put it in the fridge, it would be a lot thicker. I think it's gonna be really good just pour it over the blueberries like this. So just do enough to cover them. Like that. So you just see a little bit of the blueberry underneath. Okay, let's check this little piece of chicken. For sure, these done. For sure, these. This guy. There we go. Now our oil's getting back up to 10. So squeeze another guy beside as well. So away with this. And then I think the next layer is the cake, or it might be strawberries. Just checking my recipe. Okay, custard, strawberries next. Sweet. You don't even drink, Liz, but you need a scotch. Love it. Just put a couple spoonfuls of those. This is gonna be like a heavy dessert. It's gonna be heavy. Make you thick. This guy's almost there. Kohlrabi is roasting up. Here's our cake, so we're just gonna tear that up into pieces. Like bite size, just so it's easier to eat. You can put a lot, you can put a little. Just try and squish it down a bit. Get one even layer. Something like that. So we made a lot of cake. More than we need, but I think it freezes really well. So yay for that. Just gonna check the chicken again. It's all about that multitasking, my peeps. Yes. So good. Next up are raspberries and our whipping cream. When I open my cooking school, you want in? Of course. Chronic, thanks for the follow. Okay, that stuff is okay. So just a few raspberries in there. If you can eat this whole thing in one sitting, I would be very impressed by your eating abilities. So just enough to kind of line the glass with the raspberries to make that layer. And then we're just gonna top it with the whipped cream. You always thought it was cake on the bottom and then fruit and then custard. I mean, I looked at a bunch of recipes and none really had a set way to build it. So I just decided to build it this way instead. Just wanted to see how it would look more than anything. And then just spoon in your cream. Kind of push it down a bit so it goes to the edges. And then if you want, try and swirl it. Keep the rim clean though. It's a must. Let me check our chicks. This guy's definitely done. We are nearing the end. It's a bigger piece. And this should be actually the last of it. Fit all of this in here. Turn up the heat a little bit more as well. We're doing it, guys. Okay. And now, I really hate having the cheese right here, so I'm just gonna switch this around. So there we go. Now, if you want, you can just break the caramelized white chocolate up a bit into a few pieces. Just like stab it in there. Build some height up. That's pretty much it. Like, that was my idea of plating it. Like, not very fancy at all. I think that looks pretty good. Turn the cam up. There is no wrong way of doing it. Yeah, it depends on who you talk to. So there is all of our layers, 6 different layers. Lovely. And then we have that little crunch of white chocolate on the top. That is important. You need that contrast. It looks good. Thanks, guys. Let me just check this chips. And then I'll go Reno quickly, take a photo, and then we will dress our parms. Check our kohlrabi and all that jazz. And then we should be well on our way. Thanks, Steph. Thanks, Liz. As long as it's Insta-worthy, that's all that matters. So hilarious. Yum. It's in the wrong order yet. You must eat the mistake. That's gonna be the crunchiest piece of chicken ever. No, for oil splashes. Don't do it. I should probably rip off any extra parchment on this pan, just so it doesn't burn up. So this, go to the back burner to cool off, to get it off of the heat. Because the longer it stays hot, the quicker it will like go bad. Okay, let me get a spoonful of this. Dessert before dinner. Oh wait. This is for lemon. Chicken skins. I don't know if they're gonna like pop up and do crazy stuff, so I'm kind of scared. This is where the splatter screen comes in. See? Watch your face. My least favorite thing to fry. Any type of animal skin. Literally terrifying. It never got me though, so don't worry. Watch out! Look at this disaster. What did I create? I'm going in. Skins in oil by themselves. Mmm. Mm-hmm. The caramelized white chocolate and the cream and the cake and the raspberries and the strawberries, like, so good. Wipe my face off. There's no way I could eat all of that, but it is deadly. Okay. I'm gonna put that back over the heat. And let's dress the parmies. The suffering, yeah. It's so bad. The everything. Everything. Alright, tomato sauce. It's your time to shine. Probably have to add a little bit of salt and pepper to it, but look at this. Like, look at this board. What? Yeah, I spoil you guys. I wish I could spoil you. It is so much chicken. Like, there's no way we're gonna eat it all. But we're probably gonna have, like, a chicken parm sandwich at some point. Mmm. Sauce is simple and delicious. But it does need seasoning. Feeding an army. I know, I made enough for all of you. Come on over. I'm keeping this sauce chunky. Yes, I am. I love the slices of garlic too. That's like my favorite. It's so beautiful. Thanks, Shadow. Sauce is perfect now. Okay, I don't want these to burn. flip them over real quick, and run. Run away. 5, don't stalk me, please, street. Pretty much. Okay, so I think I'm actually just gonna sauce the bigger ones and take these out and just put them into a bowl to cool off, or a plate. And that way they won't get too dried out and overcooked. Because they're probably already there to begin with since they're so small. Ah! Chicken skins are dangerous. So leave the edges clean when you're putting your sauce on your parm. You still want that little bit of crisp, right? You don't want to get it completely soggy. And plus, we could also spoon some sauce over the zucchini noodles to kind of soften them a bit. Holy, good thing I wasn't over there. Death. Has anyone ever gotten hot oil like in their eye? It is probably one of the worst feelings ever. It's like, I just burnt my eyeball. I'm not pleased about it. Let's put the Provi just right in the center. I'm just tearing it in half. Okay, now let's check these again. I feel like I should have weighed them down with something, so I don't know if they're gonna crisp up or not. Ouch. They hate me. Duncan, how are you? You guys can't be afraid of cheese if you're making parm. You can't skimp on that. Like, what's the point of making it then? Okay. Now let's check our kohlrabi. Hopefully it's able to come out of the oven. And then we can broil these guys and we are pretty much there. The kid threw a pencil in your eyeball? Oh my God, Liz. Aggressive. Holy. Okay, what is going on in here? Those are browned up. And honestly, I don't know if I'm going to put parm on them. I might just keep it plain. Looks pretty good. So now, turn on our broiler. Let us try one of these pieces of kohlrabi. And you don't want to let the sauce sit on your parm for too long, because then it will get soggy. Oh yeah, this is for sure cooked. Mm-hmm. That is super tasty. And juicy. Buff, you burnt your nipple and you have a scar. That is so unfortunate. Sammy has burnt his stomach before when we were like cooking brunch on the weekend at home. Hilarious. More cheese. Okay. These are actually starting to crisp up. So now I'm going to take them off the burner. I don't want to burn my counter either. So broiler should be good now. We're going in. More cheese. Give us all the cheese. gonna get a bowl for us to plate. So, Cam's going back down. First things first. So here's our zucchini noodles. See how wet they got? That is what we wanted to happen. So the paper towel is like completely soaked. A lot of people don't know about that. These are pretty long too. So we're just going to put those into the middle of the dish. Like this chicken parm is going to be filling, so that's why I decided to keep it lower on the starchy side of things. Probably even need less since we have the kohlrabi. Okay, that guy can stay since he is super long. Oh my god, those look so good. And now going over to the kohlrabi roasted. Let's plate that around. Make sure you use odd numbers when you're plating. Just as it's a proper way to do it. So just like that, there's our veg set. Now we're just waiting on the parm. You thought I boiled them? No, we just salted them and let them sit. I thought that would be the best option. Okay, we're getting there. And now our chicken skins, I'm just gonna take those out of the oil, just so they don't burn. And they should crisp up as they cool off. Probably gonna leave that guy in it since it's still just a touch rubbery. Not very much kohlrabi there, hey? We're getting there. Okay, everyone's hanging in there. I'm just gonna check belly real quick and see who's on. You guys hear the robin outside? They are aggressive. What do you guys want? Sushi day or Femme Chef after this? Or we'll go raid Sammy's Fortnite playing friend. MILF money. We have a couple golden bubbles on the cheese, but it's not ready yet. Not quite yet. And then here is our little basil. We'll just tear up some of the leaves over top. Fortnite, I know, shocking. Fortnite's entertaining. And I like to show love to the small streamers. I know how tough it can be to get started. Believe me. Maybe I'll just put this under the chicken so it stays warm. Chef things. You've only played it twice. I have played it for like 20 seconds, Liz. And I am terrible. I played it on computer, which was way harder for me. Robin's excited about something out there. Where is my light? Let's just peek. This is like the best part. Do it. Bubble up. Let's go. Turn the heat up. Let's do it. I'm gonna say, you have a suggestion of a blacksmith streamer? Man, post their stuff anyways. That would be cool. Yeah, you hear a bird. There is a robin. So we have two robins that nested just like above where Sam and I's patio is. Bye, Alvin. I'm sorry you couldn't see the finished product. I know we kind of had to drag it on a bit, but have a wonderful weekend and good luck with all your cooking. Feel free to message me if you have any questions. Yeah, we have robins and I think they have like 3 babies. in their nest. If you want, yeah, post it in Discord. Do it up. He's just like sitting on this chair right now, just like cheeping. Beep. Robin, what do you want? I don't know why, but I think the broiler just like stopped working. Because nothing is happening now. Pineapple looks good. I know, I'm probably going to cut it up today or tomorrow. Delicious, tasty, juicy. So good. Yay, Buff. Sounds good. Thanks for posting that, man. Because you never know. Slowest broiler ever. Where is the salamander when I need it? Oh, me too, Liz. I hate when that happens. Just ruin your mouth with the acid. Like, what have I done? A monster. Go, broiler, go. The heck are we waiting for? Buff, that's the best emote ever. Oh, we're going again. Because it turned back on. The heck? It just like shut off for a couple minutes there.
Why? Because it was hot?
It wasn't though. Crazy oven. Pineapple booty. Oh God, yes. Okay. You guys ready for this? I don't think you are. When you broil so hard that you warp the pan. Unreal. Hell yeah. Oh yeah, MILF. So now, which one do we choose? It's too hard. Probably this one for photo. Let's not ruin it. What's under there? No one knows. Oh my God. What have I created? What have I done? Wait. Need to tear up some of our really nice basil leaves. Baby basil. How does that look though? Who's eating this tonight? Crippling lactose. Oh my God, Buff. The worst. I don't think I could live with that. Yes. Okay, Sammy, you can be a food stealer if you want.
Okay.
Where do we even get into this? Drop the pan. Drop the mic. It looks too good. So much food though. Like, how am I even gonna put a dent in this? Let's go. And then, like I said, if you wanted to, you could still put some of the tomato sauce over the zucchini noodles if you wanted. Just a little bit cheesy. And it's really hot, so I don't feel like burning my mouth. Thanks, Cookie. I hope you have a good weekend too. Thanks for all the love, guys. Did you eat the chicken skin?
Hmm?
He's a monster.
I did not.
Mmm. Mm-hmm. I remember why I love chicken parm so much. I probably haven't eaten this in close to 10 years. Not even joking, guys. The chicken is still amazingly tender as well, by the way. I thought maybe it got a little overcooked, but totally did not. Should make him wash his dishes. He always helps me. That is so good. The cheese is perfect. The sauce is great. It's not too heavy. It still is crunchy, which is what we're looking for. So yay. Everything worked out. And should I say it? Hopefully there's no kidlets watching. But, fuck, that's delicious.
You gotta cook off the rest of the noodles?
Am I cooking them?
Where's the rest of the noodles? Oh, yeah. Are they done?
Yeah, I'm not cooking them. You can just put hot sauce over it.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, they'll probably get soggy.
Okay.
Okay, let's go do Femme Chef. Let's rate Femme Chef, guys. And Buff, you won top cheer of the week. And I believe Mulan is our top donator. Yes and yes. So it's Welsh food coming up next week, as well as Liz's request. Which is spaghetti bolognese. And then I'll talk to Mulan and see what they would like me to cook. Hopefully something Swedish. I'll be the Swedish chef for one day. Okay, I'm just typing in Femme Chef stuff. Femme Chef SR1. Let's go. Yeah, spag bowl. So good. I'm gonna be making the noodles from scratch. Probably grinding the beef from scratch as well. It's gonna be a good sauce. I'll try my best to find the Italian tomatoes for you. So hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. Message me on Discord if you need anything, and I will see you on Monday. Bye, guys.